What is up, y'all? It's your girl Brand New, and I am back in the building. And this time, honey, I am back with a recap of Married to Medicine. This is season 7, episode 11. So let's get off into it, honey. So the episode pretty much picks up where it left off with Heavenly and Damon winning that dance contest. Let's give it up, honey. Let's give it up to Daddy and Heavenly. I didn't know Daddy could handle it like that, honey. I didn't know he could hang like that. Heavenly was throwing that ass on him. He was just picking it up, honey. I was here for it, okay? And the facial expressions that Daddy was making, honey, that shit, it was just so funny. Was you guys on the flow too? I was on the flow, okay? So they end up getting the penthouse suite, and then they get this gummy underwear, and Heavenly, her nasty ass, she get to asking Daddy, oh, I don't know if we need this gummy underwear, Daddy, because, you know, you already like how it tastes. Ain't that right? He was like, yeah, but let's not talk about it. Oh, Contessa and Scott, honey, they feel cheated. They feel like they should have won the penthouse suite because Scott was doing all his little old 1980 moves, honey, but they didn't win. But they still got a nice room. So Mariah and Aiden are enjoying their room as well. So we see Quad. She has a room away from everybody. And y'all know that Toya was making a big deal about Quad, you know, being near their husbands. Toya, don't nobody want your big, greasy ass husband. He looked like a big ass bag of groceries. Eugene is not a bad looking man, you guys. He ain't nothing I would pick out, but hey, if Toya is happy, that's what it is. But girl, don't you dare think that everybody wants your man, honey. Quad don't want your man, okay? So the cast has this big dinner. Mariah, she's not going to be at the dinner because Aiden had told Cecil and Simone, you know, she had really bad cramps. So they're going to stay behind, which is good because they do a lot of complaining and whining and I ain't trying to fucking hear it. Okay. So the dinner gets started off with Dr. Jackie. She pretty much does a big thank you to Cecil and Simone for, you know, pretty much supporting her on her journey of getting her marriage back together with Curtis. Curtis read them a little something because they are celebrating their 23rd wedding anniversary, Cecil and Simone. And basically, you know, just two friends, you know, greeting their friends on their wedding anniversary. They also Jackie played a message from Cecil and Simone's sons about how happy they are that their parents are back together. I thought it was all nice, really sweet. And Cecil and Simone, you know, they appreciated that. So Contessa opens up her mouth, child, and says to Buffy, you know, how are you enjoying, you know, this vacation, you know, because you are new to the group. And when I was new to the group, you know, Heavenly did a lot of picking with me, and Buffy was just like, oh, everything is good. You know, I don't have an issue with Heavenly. The shit that Heavenly do is sisterly banter. I don't have no issue with that. But what I do have a problem with is Dr. Jackie calling me infertile in front of everybody at her little party. That's what I didn't appreciate, okay? I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Woo. So Jackie is very stunned that she's getting called out. She looks very shocked. I stated in my last review, I do not feel that Dr. Jackie had any malicious intent towards Buffy. It just is not of her character. I think it was the wrong choice of words. That's more or less what I think it is. I think she should have just made everything about her and kind of kept it on her. But she shared, you know, with everybody, Buffy is infertile. And Buffy, you are, for the most part. I mean, I don't want to be insensitive, you guys, but you tried all this different shit and it did not work. So you are infertile. Like, let's have some acceptance about it. I think Dr. Jackie was taken aback because it's like, well, damn, every time I've seen you, we've talked about it in this group about you being infertile. And I think more or less Buffy is just like, well, that's something I discussed with you. That's not something I wanted to be out there in front of everybody, for everybody to hear it, have an opinion on it, judge it, and Toya had chimed in and was just like, listen, I believe what she's saying is, we should start asking each other as friends, is this okay that I talk about certain business that is shared with me before just putting it all out on Front Street? That's basically, what Toya was saying. And I agree with Toya, because you do have to have respect for where somebody is coming from. If they feel sensitive about a certain topic, you don't go and mouth it off and do this, that, and the third. But Dr. Jackie, honey, was not here for it. I thought that Jackie would, get a little timid with it. But no, there was a new girl in town, honey. She was at the table and she even told us, honey, she was like, listen, Buffy, like I said, I had no malicious intent. And, from now on, you ain't got to worry about me really saying too much to you. Now, normally when we hear shit like that, we hear it from quiet, But it was Dr. Jackie saying it, honey. And the girls had an issue with that. Toya was like, is this really Dr. Jackie? And Dr. Jackie was like, yeah, it's a new girl in town and you're meeting her right now because I'm not here for the bullshit. So, she was upset. I feel like Dr. Jackie felt like she didn't understand where Buffy was coming from. And I thought that she would have, a little bit more compassion, but she just wasn't here for it because she's like, we are all friends. We all share things. And for you to make this a big deal, and it really isn't, and I was trying to connect with you in that moment, it just, like I said, you guys, it was a poor choice of words. Jackie should have apologized to Buffy and shouldn't have been so dismissive about it. But see, with her being so dismissive about it and her being so defensive about it, it pissed Buffy off more. Because Buffy was just like, I am surprised by your reaction right now. Like, I can't believe you are reacting like this. Even Cecil, has said in his confessional, I thought that Jackie would have more compassion, admit to when she's wrong, but she clearly does not even see that she's wrong, in this situation. And to me, it's fine because my thing is this, these bitches are all wrong all the time, and Jackie rarely gets the chance to be wrong. So Jackie is wrong right now. I kind of understand where Jackie is coming from because she had no malicious intent. But Jackie, once somebody tells you, you kind of cross the line with them and they would appreciate you not sharing things about their personal life to everybody, I think you should just respect that. I really do. But I think the other part of it, you guys, that Dr. Jackie had mentioned is she's sick of this shit with Mariah always having to apologize to her. And now Buffy is like, she kind of feels like, damn, I got to walk on eggshells with y'all. I might as well not fuck with y'all. And we all know how that could be, Like, I'm like that with people too. If I got to keep watching what the fuck I'm saying, I'm not going to deal with you. But I do feel, for the most part, Jackie was wrong with how she handled the situation, at least. Jackie did apologize to Buffy. Buffy says she receives it, and, but you could still feel, the tension. Tension was thick. So Heavenly chimes in, honey. I was like, oh shit, here we go again. Oh shit, it's about to be some more drama at the table, honey. Okay. I'm all the way here for it, okay? But Heavenly chimes in and she's just like, I'm getting really upset. I'm getting in my feelings. Heavenly, you are my girl. I do like Heavenly, you guys, but I feel like she should have just stayed out of it. I get where Heavenly was coming from as far as, well, Jackie don't have no malicious intent and she really feels bad. And, her and Dr. Jackie are really close. But, Heavenly began charging off on Buffy, and she's just like, she didn't mean it like that, And I got where Heavenly was coming from, because Heavenly was like, well, the next time, you decide to get in your feelings, Buffy, you need to pull Dr. Jackie to the side. You shouldn't have, put her on blast at the table. And that is what Simone had noticed, what Jackie did not like about this situation. But at the end of the day, Dr. Jackie, you are a castmate like the rest of these bitches, and you can get it how you live too. I'm just saying, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Okay, I'm just saying. But honey, that motherfucking Buffy and Heavenly, they go back and forth, and Buffy tells Heavenly, shut the fuck up, Heavenly. Shut your motherfucking ass up. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck going on? Heavenly is screaming, got her arms all out. Contessa say, hey, it's bathroom time. We gotta go to the bathroom, girl. I gotta get you to calm down, okay? Because y'all know when these women go to the bathroom, they gotta calm down, gather themselves, and, get ready to apologize when they bring their ass back. I thought it was funny when Toya had mentioned how Mariah had left her and, was probably eating a 5-star meal, and Mariah chimed in the confessional. She said, I know that's right. I sure did leave your ass behind, because Mariah's still at the hotel and shit. That was funny. I love Heavenly's hair, you guys. It was so pretty. I like Contessa with her braids too. I disagree with what Buffy was saying in her confessional. She said that Heavenly is Jackie's puppet. I don't feel like Heavenly is Jackie's puppet. I feel like they're very close. And I think that Heavenly has a lot of respect for Dr. Jackie for, how neutral she is in their friend group. And she just knows that Jackie did not have any malicious intent. And I believe I watched Heavenly's show, and she had mentioned that, they kind of edited it in a certain way. It didn't really happen the way we saw it on TV, so that does add, another layer to the situation. But, Buffy also had mentioned, well, Heavenly says all the vile shit that Jackie wants to say to people. And I just really don't get that vibe, you guys, from Jackie. Can Jackie be shady? Hell yeah. Jackie throws shade in a minute. I'm not mad at her, though, for how she treats Mariah, because I feel like Mariah brings that shit up on herself. She really does. All that trying to prove you ain't on drug shit and you trying to bring people into the situation. Girl, bye. So I'm team Jackie when it comes to that. Is there something within Jackie's character to where she could be nasty with people and she don't really want to be put out on blast? I think there's some truth to that. I do. I think that Jackie, is like the mother of this group. For the most part, she is the mature one. She is the calm one. She always tries to get everybody to resolve their situations. But at the same time, Jackie, you are also one of them. You can get it too. Your shit could be put out on blast at the table. So you just gonna have to take that, for what it is. But at the same time, more than any of them, I don't feel like, because a lot of these bitches at this table, you all, they be having malicious intent when they say and do things. Don't let them fool you. But I don't feel like Jackie, had that malicious intent. Her problem came when she heard the problem from Buffy and she didn't immediately have compassion. The way I feel that she should have. She should immediately, like when somebody tells you something bothers them, don't get all defensive about it. Just, I apologize. That was not my intention, and let it go. She was very defensive, very dismissive and cold. And, that was unnecessary. And that's why, Buffy continued to act the way she did at dinner, So Heavenly comes back to the table and she apologizes for her behavior. They bring the food out. Everybody starts eating and drinking. Jackie, I believe, has said she's not even all that hungry. Jackie, you need to eat a couple of cheeseburgers, okay? Leave them damn leaves alone. You get you a few burgers, okay? Okay, so as everybody is eating, Simone ends up talking to Buffy's husband, and she's just like, well, you are the psychiatrist of the group. Do you have any kind words that you could say right now that could, make us all at ease with each other. That way we can kind of nip this problem in the bud. And pretty much what he said was, well, there is no conflict resolution if you cannot admit to the part you played in disrespecting or hurting someone. And he's absolutely correct. And basically what he's talking about is, just like I said, Jackie would have did better not being so defensive with Buffy, letting Buffy have her feelings, because it is something that happened to her. And she has the right to express how she feels right at that table, like the same way everybody else would do, So he pretty much had his wife's back. Like, Jackie, should, admit that she's wrong, and apologize and feel some compassion for my wife. Now, did he say all of that in those words? No, but that's pretty much what his ass was saying. I'm just saying. So the couples are all talking about how dinner went last night, and Cecil, like I said, felt that Jackie, got way too offended and she should have apologized. And, she just apologized really briskly, really quickly, and kind of really moved on. Eugene and Toya are talking about the situation, and, they mentioned that Dr. Jackie is always talking about how she is, a champion of women, and she always wants to help women out. But the one woman she disrespected, she can't even acknowledge the pain and hurt that she caused this lady in front of all these people. So, they're feeling a way about her. Buffy is talking to her husband, and, she makes some points as well. And she was just like, I think the issue with Dr. Jackie is, she feels like she's too good to be called out on her shit. And, she kind of sees Jackie as being sneaky. Buffy is saying a lot of things that you all say. Because there are a group of people that do not like Jackie at all, feels like she's fake. And, I have my little concerns about Jackie. She could be a little boring, serve too much of being a librarian. She eat too much lettuce for me. I just want Jackie to let it all hang out. I don't really have too much of any issues with Jackie, because I feel like she carries herself for the most part the right way, But I do notice that Buffy is saying what so many people have been saying for seasons about Jackie. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Y'all feel like Jackie is sneaky? Jackie is devious? She go around shading people and, doing this, that, and the third? I don't get that Jackie is a bad person. I think she's having a bad moment with how she's handling this situation, but I just still don't think that she's as bad as some of these women on this show. Buffy said that she's open to Jackie coming to her, and apologizing if and when, she's ready to do that. So that's how she feels. So Jackie is talking with Curtis, and she feels like her willingness to get along with everybody is being taken for weakness. Do I think that that's true? Yeah, I feel like it's some truth to that. What's funny, you guys? I feel like there's some truth to what everybody is saying. I see what Buffy is saying about Jackie. I see what Jackie is saying. And there's truth all the way around. But Jackie, you just gotta own that you were wrong. Whether it was from a malicious place or not, you clearly hurt this woman. She was embarrassed. So, you want to clean this up. That way you're not going around preaching shit to people, and then you can't live what you're preaching. People gonna look at you funny, if you continue to do that. So I would get a hold to that, and then I feel like you all good, So apologize to the lady and move on. So it's the next day, and Mariah, she's back joining the group. She looks good. Toya doubts if Mariah was ever sick. Everybody's pretty much gathering to take shots and shit. I was like, goddamn, y'all don't waste no goddamn time drinking first thing in the damn morning. Well, hell, that's what I did when I was in Vegas, honey. I had a drink for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. I was drunk as a skunk when I was up in Vegas. So live it up when you are vacationing, honey. I'm here for it. So Mariah asked Simone how was dinner last night, and Simone was like, everything went fabulous, but they played that clip of Buffy going off on Heavenly's ass. You shut the fuck up, Heavenly. That shit was funny though. Wow, so honey, these people, they are on a bus. They all cramped up in this big ass bus. I mean, damn, Curtis, that's a big guy. Eugene is a big guy. It was a tight little bus. But Toya, I felt like you were just overly complaining more than anybody. Even Simone made a comment that she was sick of Toya's mouth and all that complaining and, oh, I'm used to this and I need this. And you guys, it's always the people that's not used to shit that do the most complaining, that, act like nothing is good enough for them. And, she was pissing me the fuck off. So anyways, they end up having issues with the bus. They take off for a little bit, they're able to drive. And then all of a sudden, the bus stops. There's issues on the bus. It's hot on the bus. Toya's complaining about that, like more than anybody. It was just really crazy. It was funny. They kept trying to speak Spanish to the damn driver and he was ignoring the hell out of their ass. I was cracking the fuck up. I was like, woo, y'all can't get a break, honey, okay? So Simone ends up telling everybody to get off the bus. Before she even does that, I think Contessa gets off the bus. She's way too overheated. And Simone is just like, hey guys, let's get back to the hotel. It's really hot. This bus is broken down. Let's just, get back to the hotel, go have drinks and do that. And you have fucking Toya. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. I gotta walk on the side of the freeway. We don't even do this in Atlanta. We know you don't do it, bitch, because you ain't got no goddamn job. I told y'all this bitch needs a purpose in life. When you don't have a purpose in life, you complain about every little bitty thing. You are not the only person that's inconvenienced, bitch. Okay, Jackie and Simone had to keep talking to this big ass Aries child. She's such a spoiled fucking brat. Toya, your behavior is just annoying. Just annoying. You too fucking grown to be acting like that. It wasn't that big of a deal. Yes, it's hot out. Yes, it's an inconvenience. Everybody else is inconvenienced, but they can walk and, put one foot in front of the other and keep it moving. But no, your spoiled ass, your husband, he wouldn't even check your ass because he's used to your spoiled ass behavior. Okay? Ridiculous. If I was Simone, I probably would have slapped that bitch. Backhand that bitch one good time and she'd shut her ass up with all that goddamn complaining. I thought it was nice that Eugene went on record and told Simone, hey, I know that none of this is your fault. Yeah, where is your fucking wife at? Because she sure is acting like all this shit is Simone's fault. It's ridiculous. I thought it was cute how Cecil was trying to calm Simone down because you could see in Simone's eyes, she's embarrassed that, she's kind of let everybody down. But Simone, is not your fault. These type of things happen. Cecil is like, hell, let's get everybody liquored up. They'll forget about this. This would be a trip that they'll never forget. And that's true, We got Heavenly. She picking with Daddy. Daddy is having some shots. Heavenly ain't here for it. I don't want him to do all that drinking. When he started drinking, he started acting stupid. Damon get to telling Jackie because Heavenly sends Jackie to, tell Damon stop all that drinking. And Damon is just like, I always have to listen to her. I'm always doing everything she want me to do. Today, can I get one damn day? I'm like, Heavenly, let the man be a man for the day, okay? Look, just for the day and you back to being in charge, okay? Okay, so y'all, everything was going good, at least, with Scott and Contessa. They was happy. They said, oh, today we just go chill. We ain't gonna be playing these dumbass games that these people like to play. But here goes Simone, honey. They were supposed to go on a little camel ride, but remember the bus had broke down. So, now they back to playing these silly ass games. And soon as Simone announced the game that they were gonna play, I was like, oh shit. Oh shit, we about to have some problems. About to be trouble, trouble, trouble. In the words of Dollar Bill Hunted from Players Club. Okay. So Damon gets the first question, and basically the question was basically like, oh, if your spouse cheated on you, would it be a complete wash of the relationship? And then Toya was like, well, what if they cheat and I cheat back? That's y'all know my philosophy, honey. So I'm rolling with Toya on that, but Damon was like, no, it's not right. And it's so funny because he's kind of watching Heavenly out of the corner of his eye, Heavenly looking at him like, nigga, you better say the right thing. You better say it. I was just cracking the fuck up. Jackie says that Curtis better be lucky that he is with her and not with a Lorena Bobbitt type, because she could have cut his shit off, honey, stuffed it in his mouth. But, she didn't do that. She was cool with it, Okay, so the last question that Simone asked is, should you get your partner's permission to open a business, go back to school, do anything new in your life? And Heavenly is like, no, you don't need their permission, but you definitely, want to run it by them. Y'all are in a relationship. She gets to insert Scott and Contessa situation into it, and I was like, here we go. Then Mariah was like, you know what, if that person decides to do something new in their life, they just need to know that it affects the whole family. It's a change on everybody's life, which is, I agree. I agree with both her and Heavenly on that. So Contessa, honey, she gets in her feelings and she's not feeling what everybody's saying, because Toya, she chimed in and was just like, saying her opinion about how basically you need to convince your spouse that the decision you are making is gonna be positive for them as well. And I agree with pretty much what everybody is saying, but Contessa had a really good point. She was just like, yeah, but when men do things, it happens. When Damon and Cecil, they changed careers. Their women was right there, supportive, the whole 9 yards. When a woman does it, she doesn't get the same support. She doesn't get the help that she needs. And it really just depends on the type of marriage that you have, because Heavenly chimed in and, said she was able to do what she needed to do while being with Daddy. And Contessa was like, well, he ain't Daddy. He don't do what Daddy do. He's a completely different ball game. And now we are really getting to, we're really getting down to the white meat of the issues with Scott and Contessa. And I think that Contessa probably sees Scott as somebody that is, kind of misogynistic a little bit as far as being a man, and a man could do this and a man could do that. Then when a woman try to go back to school, get a new job, it's this big deal. So I'm starting to see what the issues are with them. So they show Scott and and Contessa in their confessional, and, Contessa stated how she feels. It's YOLO with Scott. He get to live his life to the fullest. I don't get those same privileges. So I think we are learning more about why Contessa is, the way that she is in this relationship. It's interesting. Scott ends up taking off. He's getting pissed off, so he leaves the confessional. Then she says, I'm left here alone, and she's crying. I felt really bad for her, you guys. Let me know how you feel about that. That was pretty much Married to Medicine. Very good, meaty, and juicy episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. I am your girl, Brand New, and I will check you guys out later.